More now on the plight of Chinese dissident Chen Guangcheng, who's been calling several Western journalists and friends today, pleading for Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to take him back to the United States when she leaves China this weekend. He even called in during a congressional hearing today, that hearing being held to discuss his current situation.
He wants to come to the U.S. For some time of rest. He has not have any rest in the past 10 years. I want to meet with the Secretary Clinton. I hope I can get more help from her. I also want to thank her face to face.
The man holding the phone right there, Bob Fu. He helped organize Chen's escape from house arrest and was there testifying on Chen's behalf. He joins me right here in Washington. Bob, it's good to see you. A dramatic phone call like that. A Chinese dissident in a hospital, surrounded by Chinese authorities, allowed to call into a U.S. congressional hearing. And yet, U.S. embassy officials who want to see him in person are kept outside the hospital and not allowed in. What does that tell you about what's going on in the Chinese leadership?
I think it shows the Chinese leadership are having some difficulties to find the easy solution to handle this brave man and his story.
I want you to listen here to Gary Locke, the U.S. ambassador, who says that he says the United States team laid out the threats, laid out the risks, and that Chen wanted to go.
He was very, very clear all along. He wanted to be reunified with his family. He wanted to stay in China, to be a freedom fighter. Did not want to go to the United States.
You hear the ambassador there say he did not want to go to the United States, and yet as soon as he made it to the hospital, it seems Chen had a change of heart. What happened?
What happened was one message conveyed by the U.S. official to him before he walked out of the embassy that really make his heart heavy. That is, he was asked if he didn't walk out of the U.S. embassy that day, then he will no longer have an opportunity to reunite with his wife and 2 children. And he did explicitly tell me that he felt very, very hard, and he felt it's almost a one-way street he has to walk. So for the sake of just to see his daughter, his son, and his wife, and he felt at least with some assurance from the U.S. government for the safety and freedom, so he walked out.
But you say some assurances. When we spoke the other day before this, you don't trust the Chinese government. These are the pros in the U.S. Embassy. They certainly can't trust the Chinese government. Anybody who's been involved in this kind of diplomacy before doesn't trust the Chinese government. Do you think the ambassador should have said, stay and give us a few days to see if we can work on getting your wife in here as well? Or did the U.S. Embassy handle this right?
I do think it was a mistake to just let him and walk just on May 2nd after 6 days. I do think the ambassador and U.S. negotiator should give him more days to think through and give him all the options. Especially, why not invite his family members to the U.S. Embassy to give them a safe environment?
So what happens now? Secretary Clinton is there for another 48 hours or so. What should she do in your mind?
I think she should go to the Chaoyang Hospital and to request a meeting with Mr. Chen and his wife and their children, and to listen to them in an unthreatening environment and what do they really want to do and want to go.
But what if he says, I want to go, and his wife is sitting right there? He doesn't have a Chinese passport at the moment. What leverage does Secretary Clinton have?
Oh, I think as demands a sort of a political negotiation. But I mean, John, even the Chinese government did not characterize this Chen Guangcheng and his family members are criminals. They are not criminals. They have no even any legal sort of ramification around them. They are free men, and they are the normal Chinese citizens, and so they should be given their Chinese passports and to as a normal citizen apply to come to U.S. for a visit.
If the Secretary of State leaves and Chen stays behind 6 months from now, what do you think will be his situation?
I'm so concerned. I wish that would not happen, and but I think things could be worse than now and than the past.
Bob Fu, appreciate your coming in. We'll stay on top of the story as it plays out.
Thank you, Don.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.